We have some breaking news to get to now. Out of Pittsburgh, just minutes ago, a federal jury reached a verdict for the sentence of the Tree of Life synagogue shooter Robert Bowers. The jury has recommended the death sentence. It took 10 hours of deliberations in this punishment phase to get there.
And now, just to remind you, almost 5 years ago, Bowers walked into a Pittsburgh synagogue and opened fire, killing 11 people who came together to worship that day. NBC News correspondent Kathy Park is live for us right now in Pittsburgh following the latest. Kathy, this is a big deal, the death sentence. The judge is still reading out the very lengthy verdict as we speak right now. What more do we know?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago, we have a producer in court right now just kind of monitoring the latest developments. And as you mentioned, the jury, the same now has decided to move forward with the death penalty. And closing arguments wrapped up on Monday. You mentioned 10 hours of deliberations, and they had to decide between the death penalty and life in prison without parole. We should note that this was a unanimous decision. They had to have a unanimous decision to move forward with the death penalty. But how we got to this point, on Monday, we heard from both sides, the government as well as his defense team. And his defense team, troubled upbringing, also talked about his mental health issues, his delusional beliefs, and they brought in expert witnesses who said he had schizophrenia, and that is why he ultimately decided to do what he did at the Tree of Life synagogue back in October of 2018. However, the government prosecution argued that wasn't the case. He was filled with hate. He intentionally targeted those worshipers that day and had no remorse for doing it. So those were the things that the jury had to weigh. The mitigating factors had to, or I should say the aggravating factors had to outweigh the mitigating factors. And there were several of them, more than 100 mitigating factors. And that's why it took a few minutes for the judge to kind of go through this verdict sheet. But once again, the jury finding Robert Bowers obviously guilty. The guilty portion of that was 2 months ago, but the eligibility phase came in July. And here we are at this point. They are moving forward with the death penalty. And based on what we have heard so far as the protocol goes, we're told that the sentencing portion of this is supposed to happen the next day or possibly the following day. But this is all kind of coming in right now. And, of course, we'll let you know as we have some more details on the sentencing.
All right, Kathy Park there. Unanimous decision sentencing Robert Bowers to death for the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. Kathy Park, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.